I wake up really early, but I'm very focused with my time. So like if you look at my calendar, I would actually schedule in journal and it's at 3:30. I put in what do you call it, exercise, and I actually put the calendar in. Even though I'm doing the same thing every day, or in my head, I am going to exercise tomorrow, unless you schedule it in and you really look at your day, you will realize whether you will have time or not. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Snippet here, helping you to achieve time freedom so you have more time for self, family, business, and life. Now, in this video, you'll hear from Marilyn Woe, who is the founder of Meet Andis and who's also my co-founder at Productize Kit, a mentoring program to help you achieve time freedom in your business. Now, in this video, we are discussing the topic of time management because one of our students at Productize Kit asked me, particularly, how do I manage multiple businesses and manage the kids, manage husband, and just make time for so many things? Whereas it feels like sometimes in people's life, they only got one thing and yet they can't even find time for it. So in this video, you're gonna hear a lot of tips from me, how I schedule my day, how do I prioritize, how do I delegate and outsource, as well as just prioritizing my time to fit in everything and still stay happy. So this is a video not to be missed, and watch it through the end because I've shared so many tips. It's almost 10 years of my learning experience in life, in business, so that I've really found a way to hack myself through life, be able to achieve so much with little time. Hey guys, it's Lynn and Marilyn here again.
Hi.
Yeah, so today we wanted to discuss the topic around time management. So one of our student, Ty, actually mentioned to me, like, how do you manage to manage so many different projects and running, a family and everything? I guess people are curious, like, how do I do it? I'm acting like I'm Superwoman or something. But, obviously there's a strategy, there's a process. So I thought, Marilyn, today you're going to ask me questions, and of course it's interactive still, but I'd love for you to, imagine your Ty right now. What questions would he want to know?
Yeah, actually, I don't have to imagine what I'm Ty because I'm trying to improve my time management as well. And I used to have this issue where I think my time is infinite, so which is not good. And I realized that. So right now I want to ask, so you have kids, you need to upkeep your home, and then you need to run your business, you have customers, you have projects you want to handle. All these are priorities, right? I mean, your kids are your top priority, yes, but your work is also your top priority. So how do you kind of say, okay, today I will do this first and then that? And because for me, I would probably want to do everything at one time. So how do you get to that prioritizing stage?
Yeah. Okay. So because we only have 24 hours a day and I'm like living in the same life as you, I know that I have very short time. So that's why I decided to wake up early. And so I think I've been waking up at 4 a.m. for the last 3 years, and it bought me so much more time. And I was able to, do things that I know was good for me, but I didn't have time. Like, people say, oh yeah, reading books is good or working out is good, but I don't have time. It's hard to find time if you're squeezed tight of time. So then the only way was to buy more time, which is waking up earlier. And so that was the hack that I think really transformed my life. And then even this year, I decided towards the end of last year, I decided, what, I'm ready to go to another level. Because if I bought another half an hour extra to my day, I would just be able to do more things, And so I did try 3:30 for the last few months last year. And then this year I was like, you know what, half an hour didn't make any difference. I kind of like, it's good, but it's not like a bigger gap and then I saw someone that woke up at 3 a.m. at the gym. So by the way, when I go there at 3:30, there's still some people, 1 or 2 people that are, they wake up really early as well. But when I saw someone that also wake up at 3, I said, oh, it's actually doable. Because when you think, oh, I can't do that, because you say to yourself, oh, I need 8 hours sleep. Well, I'm not a morning person. I can't do it. It's all these saying. But when you see someone in real life that do what they say they do, so you might read an article and someone famous wakes up early, you feel less relatable or rich compared to someone that's close by. So I wake up really early, but I'm very focused with my time. So like, if you look at my calendar, I would actually schedule in journal and it's at 3:30. I put in, what do you call it, exercise, and I actually put the calendar in. Even though I'm doing the same thing every day, or in my head, I am going to exercise tomorrow. Unless you schedule it in and you really look at your day, you will realize whether you will have time or not. But like, and also first of all, something locked in holds you more accountable, because you see that, oh my God, I actually scheduled something in and I didn't do it. It makes you feel more crap than just telling yourself about things. It's in there. And I would always then look for ways to optimize. So I used to go journaling, meditation, and then I noticed when I meditate, I start to get really tired, like lazy, and it causes me not to want to exercise. So then I'm always looking for ways to like improve that. Like, okay, if I'm doing this, then that next task isn't really appropriate. And so I always look at how smooth it is from going from this task to this task, because that other task might have created that laziness of the next task. Like I said, meditation holds you down, and then I'm trying to go to the gym next, and I think so I'm kind of switching things around. Then I ask myself, okay, I try to meditate for these many years, and out of all the things that make me feel good, you know what, when I'm journaling and I'm writing down, really thinking through things, that is so meditative. So I also decided I'm going to take that off for now, and once on occasion, if I have a proper meditation session, I'll do it, but I'm not going to put things in just because I should. And I also ask myself, okay, but which part of it is meditative and that's journaling? It's like always optimizing, always auditing. It's like when it comes to hiring teams too, people go, all right, I hire a VA, and they sit there and then they don't look at continuously auditing, going, okay, what else can I do next that is better for me? Okay, how do I get this person to now do this, so that you continue to improve the process, not just it's there and then set, right? And so then I make sure that having kid time and family time is just as important. So I put myself 3 p.m, finish, and I even have a little alarm that says kind of like surrender to God, your day's God, something, whatever I say it is. But I learned a little hack of like putting your alarm as a little reminder. It pops up and it tells you something. The reason for that is I want it to remind me, hey, you're done for the day. You woke up early, you did all your work. You don't have to keep doing it more and more. Tomorrow will be another day. And so then that gives me that after school is my time for the kids and the family. And then I just feel like I can really relax with the family now, because I've already done my work. And, just like I outsource VAs, I also outsource cleaning. For many years, I always had a cleaner. Last year, I kind of took it back because of the COVID thing. And then I also thought whenever I'm folding the clothes or something, I actually use it that time to like not think about work and watch something on Netflix. So I was testing this kind of batching the tasks up, go, as I'm doing this, now let me try it. But after doing it for a year, I realized that no, whenever I have a cleaner, there's this kind of feeling. It's not just you're buying time, you're buying your energy back. You're buying that happiness feeling of things are done. You didn't have to do that extra task. And so I think people stay where they are and not have extra time because it's always, oh, this only takes me 5 minutes. Oh, but this will cost me this if I just do it myself. And so then they're always stuck in that. I think I went rambling on right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's very helpful because you are the outsource queen, right? So, it's something that we need to learn from you on how you adjust time and adjust situations when they pop up. Like what you said is right, because that happens to me as well. Like when, say, my kids want to play some more, what do? Do I say, oh, okay, let's play, and then, something else is forgotten? So I think this part is something that I mess up as well. Like little bit of like 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there will add up and time has passed, right? Right. So what you have done is you shifted your sleep and wake up time. So you still sleep 6 hours, right?
Yeah.
And
I have to go to bed at 9. And let's say yesterday, my husband came home late and he was mucking around, and I actually couldn't get to bed till 9:30. And I know that I cannot sleep less than 6 hours, because if I do, I'm really jeopardizing my sanity. I'm not going to be normal. And so I slept in till 4, and normally I would have had to go into the gym, but I went, okay, well, I still wanted to do some focus work. So I did some work, and then I joined a group fitness, which you can do on Zoom online. And so I'm able to do it at 6. So I actually go back to my calendar and go, okay, well, I missed that now. I shift it down to this time and reprioritize it. Treat anything you do as a serious matter. It's not like, okay, let me see if I could go to gym. No, okay, shit, I didn't make that, and I shifted there and planned it. The other thing I wanted to share is about all these businesses that I'm also doing is I only go into businesses that I know that I have the people that complementing my skill set, or the people with the passion. because I don't have all the time in the world to go and start something completely brand new and try to figure things out. And because I have a business that if I put more time in, it can grow. But the other businesses are from people that I love working with, that I know they're passionate. I know that it's going to be fun working with them, and it motivates you. Because the thing about time management and being able to do a lot is you need that passion and motivation and purpose. Like, if you just want to do this because it's kind of something cute and cool to do, you're not going to do it. But when you're kind of really inspired, even if you're tired and you have to catch up with friends to work on this project, you somehow just feel like you're ready. So time management isn't about more time, it's about energy. How do you have more energy to do these things too? Without the energy, you won't even make time for it.
Yeah, that's a good one, because with energy, I mean, if you are like feeling tired at the time and you don't want to do that kind of thing, then it will not really get done and not get done properly, right? So it means that time is also passed. So that's a good point. And you also mentioned about, you slot in your schedule, you plan your days and time, right? Like, when do you do that? You also need to schedule a time to schedule, right?
Yeah.
So
yes.
Yeah. So how do you put your mind to just set and, okay, sit down, do this now for 1 hour or something, and then next week I do it again?
Yes.
Yeah. How do you get to that? Yeah.
Okay. So when I say schedule, there's certain things that you're going to do every day. Schedule it all in advance. So like, I have Monday to Friday, it's 3 a.m. wake up, journaling and this and that. I know that weekends I don't want to wake up that early, so I've put it in advance at 4 or 5 a.m. depending on what it is. And then even picking up the kids, I put it in there, everything because you can really visually see everything that you're there. Now, that is the scheduling that kind of is already defaulted, like you did it and you don't have to do it every time. But every week you kind of have to shift certain things because of, let's just say I have an appointment with someone from America to work, and I said to my VA that I need to talk to them next week. So they're like, do you want to talk at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. let's just say. So I know that that's the day where I'm going to have to rejig one of the tasks, to go. Okay, I look at that, I'm like, you know what, I need to wake up to prepare for that. I don't have time for exercise, so I'm going to have to work out what is my backup plan for that exercise down here. So the most important thing is committing to whatever it is in your life that's important. So for example, exercise is very important to me, and I said to myself, I want to stay fit. Sometimes there's a period that is like 6 days a week. Sometimes I'm like, no, as least it's 5. But you decided on a frequency. With that frequency, you do whatever you need to do, but you're going to make up for it. Sometimes I end up making up on a weekend. Sometimes I skip certain days, because you want the schedule to be there, but you don't want it to be like so strict that it stresses you out. It's supposed to be there, but you have some room to move. You're like, you know what, today I really have something important to do. And since I've already exercised 3 days in a row, I can spare another day, skip one day, and I'll make it up on Saturday, And so you want to go with your feeling of going, whether it's appropriate and being able to rejig, but you take your words serious in a sense. What is the frequency? The other thing with family as well, it's like, in relationship, it's like, okay, you want a great relationship, but to get a great relationship, you need to schedule time for dates, schedule time for holidays. I already made up my mind in advance. I said, every 6 to 8 weeks, I want to go away on a holiday somewhere, whether it's my family or my husband, or every second or third week, I want to go on a date. Because when I used to go weekly, I felt like it was too much. Because sometimes you want to go with your kids as well. So, you have to decide, you think of your circumstance and go, what feels really enough, But also be mindful not to default to a lazy way. Go, oh, nah, every 2-3 months is fine, like that. But it's not. You need to go, what is it good for the relationship? Not what's good for you and what's good for your husband, but what's good for the relationship. So like, if 2 months by and you didn't spend time, isn't that pretty damaging to the communication, let's say, right? And so I treat it as, no, I think it's like, 2 to 3 weeks or something. Not to mention the other weeks, it's like dinners with the kids or dinners with him and friends, So, it's not like we still go out a lot, but it's scheduled. And then actually thinking in advance, like, when am I going to do this? It's not like waiting. Anything you do, it's always proactive. It's like, okay, I'm going to go on holidays this year. So always on an outlook for holiday deals, for someone talking about some places, and you note it down and then put it in. Always take one step too. So sometimes people can't manage their time because they are also waiting to have all the answers and then do something. Whereas for me, it's always taking that one first step. to go on a date or to go on a holiday, what is that first step? Just book it in. Just pay for the accommodation. Once you've already triggered that next step, you will then have to do the next step when time comes, right? Like next week, I'm going on holidays with my family, but I booked that 3 or 4 months ago. But all I did was I just picked that date, pay 50% for the deposit, and then time comes and then it, starts to happen. Whereas when you're trying to get everything all together at once and then do something, I think that's the mentality that makes you never do anything.
Yeah, that's true. I guess even for myself, I used to be really random with my time, like what you said. Or whenever I want, I feel like I just do that. And then, other things are just left aside. Then after that, when I want to do them again and then come back, it may be too late or things like that. So that is very true. I mean, when it comes to, this is myself, I would like to kind of, not to shortcut, but I want to reach my success kind of half the time that I can reach there, things like that. I don't want to take forever. I want to cut that time down into half and really achieve my goals, not within a long time. But let's say if I think it's 10 years, I want to cut it to 5 years and things like that. Do you think about that? And, how do you achieve what you have already achieved in such a short time?
Well, I think it always takes longer than you expected. Like, you're ambitious like me, where we're like, next year it should be this, next year it should be that. But then it kind of comes longer than you expected. But when it comes, it makes sense why it didn't come before. Like, you kind of didn't know as much as you knew for it to even be that successful. But the mentality is that there's a quote that I really love is expect nothing and appreciate everything. And it's like, yes, you do have that goal and you really want it, but you don't want it enough to make yourself upset about it. If you know what I mean? I want it and I'm going to do everything I can. But knowing that I'm doing everything I can in the right way, I'm not talking about like just wanting it and I don't know. I guess when you truly know that you've tried your best, like waking up earlier because it's not like, hey, you should wake up early if you want to read, but like, oh, nah, I can't do that. And then go, but why am I not getting it? Well, you didn't really try your best. Trying your best is knowing with your circumstance, you even push yourself to be able to do this and that, then it's inevitably that you're going to be successful. Like I just had it in my heart. I knew that I'm going to do whatever I can. And even when I went sideways and went out partying, drinking, I was quite a naughty teenager, a naughty girl woman growing up too. I knew my problem. I knew why I was going slower, or I knew that I was causing I sabotaged my own journey, right? And so I was more annoyed at myself, but it was a no-brainer why I didn't get there. But I'm not angry or frustrated at the speed of time. And I also know that to understand what life is really about, it's a journey. It's a journey of development. You're progressing through. The goal is really important to keep wanting you to keep moving. If you didn't have a goal, you won't move. The bigger your goal is, the more faster you're going to move and the more courageous you're going to be, the more out there you're going to be and try to make people do it. The smaller you are, the smaller you're going to keep yourself. So be grateful that you want that goal, because if anything, all it does is just makes you become a better person than you ever are. Whether or not you get to that goal at that time that you want, it's not really as important, but it will all come, yeah.
I like that. It's really to develop yourself to be a better version of who you are right now, right? In the future. So that is, it's like personal development along the way. So that is what I really enjoy what you have said. So do you plan like 1 month in advance, 3 months? Like, is there ever enough, or is there ever a long enough time to plan for?
It's always good to have an idea of what your whole year theme is going to be. This year overall, I really felt like I need more structure, focus. Like everything I do is more focused, but it's structured and organized. There was a feeling, it's probably there's a gap in last year that you felt that you were not doing. So this year you want that overall theme. Do you want your business to grow? Of course you want it to grow. Everyone wants it to grow. So it's always kind of like a no-brainer. But of course, we know the activity that's going to get us there. So in the business, it's like, okay, we want to grow our education channel. We want to do this and that, and kind of can see that within the year, we can only do so much, this amount of thing. But knowing life, something else more priority will come, or something else will pop up that's more important. So things could change, but at least you know what will keep you occupied, right? And then I would say that because I journal every day, and I try so many different journaling things. So I do have an app that I use, which I like set up what is my focus today? What's my daily intention? What is my gratitude? I do that every day, which is kind of like a quick I don't know, like wake up and note it down. I just feel like I get to set that intention. But then I also try different journaling book. This one I was given as a present. But what I love about this one is it asks you like, okay, first of all, what's your to-do list? So it's more like, what's your priority? What is your action step? But then at the end of the day, it asks you like, reflecting on your day, what happened today? What are you proud of? What do you need to forgive yourself for? What did I learn today? What will I remember most about today? And then what do you want tomorrow? What are you excited about? What are you going to learn? That is planning. That is making you to really think, yeah, what the hell did I do today? Oh my God, I really achieved so much. That boosts your energy. Then it makes you really think. Like if you don't spend time asking questions and think, you're not going to be able to plan tomorrow. And then it might cause you to plan the next week. That's why I'm saying to always audit yourself. Always go, am I really doing the best? Okay, I'll give you another example. So I'm setting Dawn Media Production, which is the new company. And at first I was doing everything, creating the whole system, creating everything, doing everything. But now that I've created a bit of a process and I've put people in their roles, you are the director, but I want you to handle sales. I want you to handle marketing. Now, I just had a question from them now going, hey, is it okay if we put your details on to do the discovery call if the client wants you? Now, normal people would be going, yeah, I don't mind, I might be able to help make a sale because we're all a team. I said, no, because that's not the best use of my time. Now that I've already set up the system and someone can do that job, why would I go and do that job for? Because if I'm going to be caught up doing discovery call, then I can't work on the strategies and work on the things that are more important for this business and the things that you can't do, right? So that's why you have to be mindful of those situations where it's easy to say yes. It just feels like not a no-brainer to just help out or something. But then you ask yourself, is this the best use of my time? Can someone else do this job right now in this company already? And then if I had more time, I could work on something else, right? And so it was easy for me to say no. Whereas as a business owner, especially new, you're thinking about them. So they were saying, oh, but that will give the people option that maybe they like to talk to you, or they like to talk to Di, or they like to talk to Jack. It's like, no. How do you want to do life your way? And I think I would probably sum it up, since we're talking for a while now, is I think the biggest thing for me with time management is being a little bit selfish as well. Going, this is my life. This is my ideal day. This is my structure, and kind of design that, and then have your boundaries, and then kind of others will just have to respect that. So my husband like, you go to sleep so early at 9. I'm like, well, you sleep too late, it's not my problem. Yeah. But not that I'm being you still need to compromise. So I make sure at 5:30 when he goes to work is where I give the time to spend with him. Normally it would have been at night, but like I said, I don't want to sleep late. So I will do that morning thing with you. So then it's not like you're not giving people a bit of their way or whatever, but it's kind of, in staying in your lane, staying in your boundaries, and incorporate everything, but in a way that suits you more too. So then at the end of the day, if you're not happy and it's not sustainable for you, yeah, there is no you around.
Yeah. So end of the day, we have to ask lots of questions, get clear with what we really want for ourselves, rather than do things based on, because they do that, or, they asked me to do that. More of that clarity towards your own kind of goals and what you think is successful for yourself, right? So that is probably at the end of,
Yeah, and success for me, it's not money anymore. It used to be like money, but now, you already designed it in advance. It's like you have a part for your health, your family, and I make sure I even schedule things to do, like I want to start sending out cards to clients or write some recommendation for LinkedIn and all that. Those are the things that you do that makes you feel good, and it's the right thing to do. But then at the end of the day, it actually drives you the results. Imagine every day you're exercising, you're going to get a good health. You're going to have a good body. Every day that you're doing something nice to your clients or something is going to cause the result. So the result is a byproduct of every day you're doing these little things that don't look like anything, but then it adds up. Just like the things that you shouldn't be doing will add up, and then you will be tired and you won't grow.
Wow, great. Yes.
All right.
Very good. Yeah, thank you so much, Lynn. Yeah.
No worries. Thanks, Marilyn. Well, if you're watching this and you have any questions for us, let us know. I hope we've answered it all, and we'll see you next time. So there you go. If I could actually give you 3 steps or 3 habits that I would recommend you to adopt this year, would be wake up early and start journaling if you haven't already done so, and then scheduling everything in, like I said in the video. But of course, I'd love to hear from you. Out of those 3, what are you going to try? I'd love to hear in the comments below so that I could, watch you and see how you go. And yes, if you want more videos like this and get more motivation on how to achieve time freedom, check out these videos here as well.